Hey everybody, it's Janice with Creating Through Chaos. I'm going to start this project off with this 7x3 slat from Dollar Tree. I'm going to start by drilling 2 holes at the top for a hanger. I'm just going to sand those holes after I drilled them to make sure that there's no splintering. Next, I'm going to take this craft stick I had cut, and I'm going to place it where I want it for the snowman's hat, because that is what we're making. And I'm just going to draw a line so I know where to paint to. So the bottom half I am going to paint with a vintage white. So it's just like a white, but kind of got an off-white tone to it. So it's not a bright white. And I'm just going to paint right to that line. I painted the edges and all the way to that line. For the back, I just did some antique wax. So as you can see, I'm just finishing up this white, making sure that I get those edges. And then I'm going to start doing the top. So I'm just going to paint the top half black. And I also painted the craft stick black as well. Once I have those all painted, I can glue my craft stick into place. So I'm just going to put a bead of glue on that line and then lay down that craft stick. Once that was all finished, I can start painting the face. So I'm just going to start by drawing 2 teardrops. I did this with a pencil. Just kind of making sure that they're even and that I like the way that they look. And then I can start filling them in with some black paint. So I'm just going to take a thin paintbrush and I'm just going to start filling in those eyes. And I just kind of follow the mark that I make with the pencil and then fill it in. Once I have that all filled in, I'm going to take and make 2 small lines above the eyes for the eyebrows. Right now I'm just touching up the eyes, making sure that they're even. They looked a little wonky to me. And here I'm just going to add those eyebrows. And then I'm going to take some pink paint on a stencil brush and just kind of add the cheeks. Then I'm going to take the black paint again, and I'm going to draw the mouth on. So I'm just going to do a half circle on either side and then connect that. And I just kind of did a wiggly line. And then I just went back over all of it to make sure that it was dark. Once I have that all on there, now I can draw the nose on. So I'm just going to take some orange paint, and I use the color burnt orange, and just kind of fill in as I go, pulling it until I get it to a point. And I'm just going to fill that all in. Once I have that all done, I'm going to take some white paint, and I'm going to draw a line on either side of the eyes, and then I'm just going to use my stylus to do a dot in the center of each. Next, I'm going to take a toothbrush. I dabbed it in some of the white paint, and I'm just going to kind of splatter over the whole project. Next, I'm going to take this little pieces of greenery that I had. They're from a pick from Walmart. I'm going to glue those on this side of the hat, just right next to each other. I'm just going to hold those on for a second until they set. Then I had this wooden snowflake. I am going to take that and paint that white. So I'm just going to use the same paint that I did the face with and just give it a quick coat. Making sure I get those edges because they were kind of dark. And then once that is dry, I'm going to glue that in the center of that greenery. So I'm just going to put a drop of glue down, put that right there, and hold it until it sets. Next, I'm going to take some red and white ticking fabric, and I just cut a strip, or I should say I ripped the strip, and I am going to tie that around the bottom. So I'm just kind of picking out where I want it, and then I'm going to tie that in a knot, and then tie it in another knot to hold it into place, and then I'm just going to cut off the excess. Now he has a little scarf. Now I'm going to take some of my rusty wire, and I'm going to push it through one side, And then I'm going to twist it into place. So I'm just going to wrap that wire around a paintbrush handle and twist it around and then push it down to hold it into place. And then I'm going to repeat the same process on the other side. I'm just going to cut where I want it. Push it through, cut off some of the excess. And then do the same thing. We're twisting it into place. And now I have a little hanger for my snowman. And I did end up taking the paintbrush and putting some swirls into the hanger. Here I'm going to add some faux snow onto the brim of the hat and onto the top of the hat. So I'm just using the Aleene's glitter snow, and I'm just kind of dabbing it along the top of the hat and then on top of the brim of the hat as well. And then I'm going to get that back side of the hat as well on the brim. And that is it. This project is finished. I think this turned out so super cute, and I absolutely love it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this project. I hope it inspires you to make one. And as always, don't forget to spread the chaos.